Welcome to week number 5 of Bent Wrench TV. This week we have a project. This will be a long-going project. This beauty. We haven't named it yet. We might not get a name because it's kind of ugly. Snaggletooth. Anyhow, so this 1991 Jeep Cherokee XJ, whatever you want to call it, is a trade deal. So I traded the Audi, which if you watch the last 2 videos, you'll know what the Audi is. I traded that for this Jeep, and most people would probably question it because, you know, the Audi was a nice daily driver. It was a nice get around town car. It was a nice car, but it wasn't what I wanted. It was semi-cool, but not really cool, and I want to go out on the trails. So I picked up this thing. And tonight, we are starting a whole slew of revamp, sort of. So, for starters, if you look here, see all those blue lines and that red one and that block? Well, the AC compressor was turned into an air compressor. So we have onboard air. So, we're gonna go through the onboard air system. We're gonna reroute it. We're gonna make it work on a switch in the cab, because right now it works, but you got to run it under the hood, and I don't want to do that. I want to run it from the cab. So that's what we're getting at. What's that?
Oh, look, I think these wires are for the fan, but there's a little extra something going on here that I think we can eliminate some of this. I don't think all this is necessary. Looks like there's an extra power and ground here for potentially another electrical fan.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you see right here, it's got an electric fan zip tied to the radiator, which it works. It's on its own switch. It's in the cab. But we're going to clean up a lot of stuff. And this is going to be the Bent Wrench trail rig until Carson gets his 1991 first gen Dodge Cummins 12-valve rock crawler on 40s done. And that's actually a sweet build. The day when we finally get it up to South Dakota, you'll want to see that. It's 4-linked, it's on 40s, it's caged, it's got a sweet bed setup, it's got a nose pinch, and it's got a lot of work that needs done. Anyhow, we'll get into the mess. So while Carson is messing with a mess of wiring's boring. No one likes to watch wiring videos. I'm gonna take this air tank, which was ratchet strapped there, and I like the location. I want to mount it there, but I'm gonna take out this trim panel and we're gonna actually attach it to the body or whatever. So I'm gonna take out this trim panel because I can. Okay, I've been doing pondering, and I think I figured out, so I got the trim panel out. I think I figured out I can cut. So this was for an air compressor, whatever. I think I figured out I can cut this off, use this here, put this like somewhere in there, I think, and then cut this off, bend it down, mount it here, and then figure out something about that. But first we'll start with getting this deal taken care of. We'll get some stuff cut up. I'm gonna be real upset if I fucking cut this up. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. So this will mount where I said, take and bend this out of the way. See where this needs to go. Kind of go from there. I got this bracket bent up to where it should mount here, and then that bracket, I gotta figure out what to do with that one, where to mount it. This one I got straightened out, and it's like I said, if I didn't say it already, it's gonna mount in here. I got it, yeah. So I'm gonna pop a hole for the first bracket, get that situation so I can hold it in place and start figuring out the other ones. My plans have completely changed, so disregard everything I told you previously. I found this bracket in my random things, and I'll show you back here first. So this bracket will go like that, and then on the air tank, it'll go right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut all these, I'm gonna cut all of them off and start with a new idea.
Hoses would even reach.
So I'm working on the air tank still because I take forever to do stuff. But it had this catch can on it, and the hose went loop. The catch can sat right there, and then the other hose went loop. And that's just terrible. So we're gonna zip it in right there, because it's actually not a bad spot, and then rear out the hoses, and there's a proper catch can setup. It'll be perfect.
This is hard to do.
We were gonna move this 90 and try and make it more of a straight shot, but it didn't, you can't turn that. So I had this old bracket from a Cummins delete kit, and I'm just gonna mount it right there. Just zip, zip.
Give it a self-tapper.
Self-tapper for the win. Also, in the slew of random things that were in this Jeep, there's a new gas door. You couldn't see it before. Carson twisted it up, but he's replacing the gas door now, because it was just blah, 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 like this. Blah, 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 blah. So, nice new black.
Uh-oh.
Do you strip it out?
No. It feels like it's gonna break. Broke.
Carson broke both the bolts that hold my gas door on. So now he's got to drill them out or something.
It's stage 1 of weight reduction.
I guess it's weight reduction. I'd like to have a gas door for whatever reason. I don't need it, but it'd be nice.
Looks better without it. And this is stage 2 of the weight reduction.
That's not stage 2. That was stage 1. You did stage 2. Anyhow, as Carson, as you can hear, drills out those gas door bolts, and it sounds like he just punched through something.
Spun the bolt out. Your flashlight?
Oh!
I think the threads are there even. One of them, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. It'll work. Anyhow, I got my bracket bolted in. Now I got to get the trim panel cut and then bolt this back up. And then I'll have to do something to support it from the bottom. But at least it'll be solid mounted now instead of held in on a ratchet strap that was just tied to these.
Several days later.
why your window works sometimes
Oh
and
yeah.
not others.
Yeah, that mess of non-heat shrink butt connectors. Anyhow, we're back a couple days later, and we're gonna tackle the rear main on the Jeep, and then some more wiring, some more finicky doodad stuff in my bobs. Because the rear main, if you've seen, leaks terrible. Wiring, terrible. Air system, terrible. But it's all there. So I got a new rear main, I got a new oil pan gasket, a new oil, new air filter, tube right stuff. We got all the wiring repair stuff, all the air system repair stuff. So we're gonna knock her out. So I'll show you what we found with this whole rear main, possibly rear main, this whole oil leak at the rear of the engine. It actually, you can tell that's that blue strip there, that's the oil pan gasket, and you can see the gap. Well, looks like someone put the oil pan gasket on wrong, and I got a new oil pan gasket, so we're gonna try that and see what happens, because if I don't have to do a rear main, I won't. But anyhow, I don't got enough phone battery to make like time lapse or something, so. Okay, so oil pan is off, it's cleaned up, cleaning up the engine, got the right stuff to seal the block joints, and then Carson's been working on wiring, cleaning up all of that. And also, where's that? So this is the air manifold that the onboard air system had. So we're figuring out how to take these brackets and go through ports in the side. So you do that, you know, if you can imagine. Figuring out how to do that and then mount that to the cab, and then we're gonna build whip hoses that go out to corners of the body, and they're connected in. So you just can literally essentially connect into the body, and you have air for your whip hose. So oil pan reseal is done. Just fire it up. You know, got oil in it, fire it up. Doesn't look like it's leaking. So after, you know, a drive, you'll find out more and make sure. But then Carson's gotten the air manifold mounted to the firewall. We got the inlet tied up. Obviously I showed you already the CCV or the crankcase stuff. And then we just got to get a reroute to tie into the compressor for the airline, route a whip hose connection up here, and then do a whip hose connection at the back, and route the wiring for the electric fan. And then she's ready to wheel for now. This thing will get a lot of upgrades that will be helpful to the whole wheeling process. But for now, she's gonna be a fucking off-road machine in her semi-stock form. Okay, well, we're not on the inaugural drive after the oil pan fix and the wiring fix and all that, which wiring still isn't done, and I don't even know if my turn signal works. Wiring's still not done, airlines still aren't done, but we're driving it because we got to go pick some tools up, pick up some, and we went and got food and needed parts. Anyhow, it's driving fine. It's quite the ordeal to drive. It takes a lot of steering input. It has the welded diff, so it chirps like a motherfucker. Doing about 60 on the highway right now, and it feels like much faster. So anyhow, yeah, we're gonna go get some tools, go fucking repair it, and then we're gonna go wheeling this weekend. We're running out of fuel, so there's that. Oh! The fuel station's right there. We gotta try and limp it. We got no power, and I'm looking at the gas pumps. Oh God. Come on.
that's the issue.
Well, I'm not gonna put a lot in because gas is fucking expensive right now. Oh god, that was intimidating. I was a bit worried there.
Oh, fan just kicked on.
She's got some issues. She's got some character. It's fine. Anyhow, today's video is sponsored by Upside. If you use Upside, well, tell them to sponsor us. Because we're not sponsored. Okay, well, we got fuel in it, and we found that there's still oil leaks, which we knew about, but it's not dumping oil out of the oil pan. So we might, I don't know, we'll have to figure out where the other leaks come from. But taking off from the fuel station, we're going to figure out if fuel was the cause of why it started running like it did, or if it was because I was putting my foot into it and it's not happy about that. It's got a new air filter, it's got new oil, it's got new oil filter, it's got fresh-ish gas. Well, it's got fresh gas. I only put like only 15 bucks in because all they had was 85 and 89, and I want 87. So anyhow, she's pegged. I mean, it's slow, but it moves better than you would think. Well, we made it back to the shop successfully, so that's a plus. So we went and picked up some PEX clamps, and we're routing the feed line into that manifold, and then we'll route the whip hose to right in here, and we'll route the other whip hose in the back. So I'm going to check the valve cover bolts for tightness, because there's still leaks, which there's going to be. There's a lot of leaks that are going to need fixed on this, just like there's a big hole in the exhaust manifold. So we're going to have to take care of that. So you can kind of see right down in there that there's a big hole in the exhaust manifold, so it needs a new exhaust manifold, but that's not going to stop us from doing anything for now. Well, I tried to tighten the valve cover bolts, and I broke one, and then someone else had beat me to the idea because there's another one broke. So that's got to get addressed at some point. But as you can see, we got the nice little PEX clamps. So we got inlet, the switch, the pop off, and then outlet. And then we'll have whip hose outlet, the gauge, and at some point I'll pick up another gauge when we're out of gauge inside. So now we can work on that stuff, air wiring things. Okay, we got the manifold done and the first whip hose connected. I'll show you. So you can connect right there. And then we're gonna fire it up, build some pressure, and see how well it runs Carson's impact. Oh, this is gonna be great. Bottom right. We got a leak. We got a leak to fix. I missed it, but that blew off. We're gonna have to double clamp that. Okay, so we got into a rhythm. We kind of buttoned things up, got everything that we think or figured out that we probably have a front cover leaking on this thing and for sure a valve cover leaking. And then we tied up wiring, tied in switches, did just kind of stuff that's not really video worthy. And we are going to hopefully be able to go out wheeling tomorrow. If we can't go out wheeling tomorrow, then this video is going to get cut short. It's probably chaotic. It's probably just all over the place, and that's fine. That's kind of how our lives go. So if we go out wheeling tomorrow, you'll see that in this video. If we don't go out wheeling tomorrow, then tune in next week to Bent Wrench TV, and we'll probably go out wheeling the Jeep, or we'll be working on the 3rd gen, or we'll be working on one of our personal pickups, because I got a 6.7 Power Stroke, Carson's got a Duramax. And yeah, you never know what we're going to get up to. So tune in, like, subscribe, and this is Bent Wrench.
Bad boy wanna get the honey. Yeah. Bad bitches wanna get the money.
Just gotta put in that work. Just gotta put in
Oh yeah, you're smacking drive
Bad
shaft.
boy wanna get the honey.
Yeah.
Bad bitches wanna get the
Try
money.
it.
Just gotta put in that
Gotta go slow.
Just gotta put in that work, Woke up with the money on the mind. First of the month, like Doug say. Everybody living for the
I
grind.
like the niche, you did.
Feel like every day is a Monday. Now I'm trying to switch it up. Need a couple stacks in the mattress. Heavy like that, thick, fatty with the action. Stash with the taxes. Put it in the game.
Okay, this is an audio test.
Audio test. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2.